No, I was right. I'm an liar. She's a witch and I hate it. Okay, we're good. I think we're good.
Yeah, we're up. I see us on the screen.
Okay. How are y'all doing? Yeah, we are live finally. This is an end of
cool.
year. Oh, you didn't know that? This is an end of year little live stream.
Cool.
Why am I hearing myself? Okay. So this is an end of year live stream where I kind of just, instead of doing the normal cast like oh, give us a bunch of matchups and we'll talk about them, I kind of want to just have a little like fun time, you know what I mean? Just like, you ask us questions, we'll answer, we can talk about silly little matchups if you want, whatever. And it's a good look back on the year this channel had, because this channel kind of went on a wild ride. If I'm being honest, I have had for the last few months a crippling case of imposter syndrome with, you know, the people I work with who are so awesome and talented, like these two.
Damn, I know Air Caves isn't here, but you can be nice to Air Caves as well.
I know. Air Caves is here as well. He will be in and out of the stream.
Blowing like the air of his name. Probably could have phrased that better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Anyway, I'm Plime. Who are you guys? I'm asking you two.
I am Zorro. I am the one in the Chris. I should really change my profile. Christmas is over. What am I doing in the Christmas hat?
Is that all? No, you're just the Christmas one.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I thought that was Shirt's thing.
Yeah. I am a writer, and I am also a researcher for the show, Nebula Theater. Hi.
And Saul. I almost said Air Caves. I forgot he's not here.
He's already forgotten me. I can't believe that. Hello, everyone.
Sorry.
I'm Saul. I am a director, writer, lead researcher. So I've got a couple of things that I do around here. But hey, isn't it great?
My Spanish is coming into question. Somebody said dormir azul and X, which is like dormir is like sleep, azul is the color blue, and I'm wondering what that means. And I'm questioning that I don't know the language.
Is he trying to say go to sleep, X?
I don't know why he would say blue. I don't know. I am way better at reading Spanish than speaking it, so I will try my best on stream. Oh, happy birthday, Air Caves. It's his birthday?
He didn't tell us.
He didn't tell us.
That's messed up.
Oh, yeah. What is your two's favorite death battle that came out this year? I'm curious as fuck. And people in the audience, obviously. Because I feel like they had a really good year this year.
They really did. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up a list just so I don't forget anything before I make an answer. So if you want to go first, go ahead.
I can start first because I have my answer quite quickly. Even though it was a brilliant year for Death Battle, personally, I didn't really get into any episodes just because life gets in the way. So the first episode I truly got back into that I really enjoyed was Hulk versus Godzilla. I love Hulk. He is one of my favorite Marvel characters ever. He is amazing. I love him so much. Not as huge of a Godzilla person. I've genuinely only seen like the new MonsterVerse stuff, even though I should really go back and do the other stuff. Yeah, I think that episode just had a lot of meaning for me, especially like I watched these episodes with a group of friends, two people who are really special to me, and having Hulk win, I had the most insane reaction ever that I've had to an episode, I believe. To the point where I didn't even believe the verdict to be real until the episode, like, finished. I was waiting for some sort of, like, rug pull during the, during the post-analysis where it's like, oh, Ultima's like gonna rewrite this, yada 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 yada. No, but that was just the first episode, and also for a time I was really like interacting with the wider community, and it was really fun talking with fans of both sides. You know, other people who really like Hulk, but other people who also really like Godzilla.
Yeah, I'm surprised with how divisive that episode ended up becoming. And it also kind of became really annoying when people were like, see, Hulk has lost 3 times because Bruce Banner won. Like, the entire analysis wasn't trying to say they're the same person.
Yeah.
I found that annoying. But I thought the verdict was sound. I thought the character interactions were really good. And me and Saul had talked about this because my number one is Blade versus Buffy. And we kind of both were like, all right, both of ours have a really bad thing of you can kind of tell who's winning in the last 20 seconds of the animation. It's very, very predictable, but they cover characters we really care about in such a good way that we don't even care that we had a predictable kill. The rest of it was just so good. I'm surprised that Blade versus Buffy was like my favorite one last year.
Yeah, I also like that's it. I think that's in my top 3.
Oh
Blade
yeah,
Buffy?
Blade versus Buffy was pretty
Yeah.
cool. I feel like if I was more of a fan of both of those characters, it would be higher on my list.
Opinions of Kara and X's characters. As the guy who wrote them in the fight, they're very abstract, so it's kind of hard to say. You can kind of infer what Kara's personality could be like based on some dialogue options, but you don't really... The Kara in the beginning, where she's a human, they. The Kara in the beginning when they are a human, and the Kara at the end when they are like this monster who embodies attack, defense, all that, are not the same character. They're just not. Once you have the whole life taken out of you by like bonding to another soul, you are not that original soul anymore. Just like Flowey doesn't resemble Azrael. So it's kind of hard to figure out what their character could be. But I think they give you at least enough that you can have fun with it. Same thing with X. Also, did anyone notice that my dumbass didn't realize that Renee Wirtz was a real person and it was a guy, not a girl? That's my bad. I fucked up. I didn't know. It's a YouTuber named Luigi Kid or something like that. But when you download the ROM and play the game, the name is Luigi Kid, and then going through all the other notes, I didn't see, the name is Renee Wirtz, and going through all the other notes, I didn't see anyone mention the name Luigi Kid anywhere, or Renee Wirtz, or anything. I saw documents talk about Renee Wirtz, but never the actual person it's based on. So I just thought it was original character, like every other character in the series.
Yeah, Renee is a common French name. It means rebirth. It can be used. Don't tell me that.
That was like one of the first things that was posted in like the YouTube chat was that it was your birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh my gosh! Please, Levi.
It was Levi.
Go wish Levi a happy birthday.
I guess
Levi's birthday.
I guess I'll have to sing again.
So is it actually your birthday, or was he
No.
just saying? Oh my god!
That is a joke that ages back to our Smash Bracket days, where basically we wished Levi a happy birthday on quite literally every day but his birthday. Well, not every, but any.
And when it was his birthday, did you just not say anything? That sucks. I'd be so upset if everyone just didn't say anything on my birthday. Well, actually, I don't really care. Never mind.
I also don't think I would care.
Also, this is Air Caves. He is a writer for Nebula Theater now, and this is his first stream.
Yes, normally I work during the streams, but I'm on break because I work as a teacher. So I am actually able to be here. For those who don't watch Smash Bracket, I was the lead writer there, and I'm going to be the lead writer here moving forward.
He is in charge of all research standards, and we will be following Bracket's research standards from back in the day. That's a clear joke. I'm so sorry.
Okay,
what,
so
just out of curiosity, what episodes would you say on Bracket? Because that's a series I watched this year. Obviously, I have the video with Levi on it. What episodes did you write? What are you the most proud of from those days? If you were to ask anyone in the audience which episodes you liked most, like in terms of writing, which would you say?
Okay, so I'm going to give 3. My first official script that I actually wrote was Pitt versus Samus. It went through dozens of revisions, but the final product came out in a beautiful way and actually sets up the fight beautifully. And I feel like the dynamic really goes through. It plays into both characters very well and represents all the characters exceptionally well. The second was a fight that was actually not given a full episode, but only the animation was posted because it was after Smash Bracket crashed down. Was Bowser Jr. versus Pichu, and that is just a super fun fight that I was like, they're kids. We're having them fight in a playground and using the playground as just a set piece for everything. And it came out absolutely amazing. It was just a fun time. And then the last one, unfortunately, was never finished. Iroh versus Oogway for Crossover Coliseum. I ended up basically coming in and piecing the rest together and making it flow. And even in just an animatic standpoint, it is one of my favorite pieces of things that I've ever worked on.
I don't think I've actually seen the Oogway versus Iroh thing yet. It's so sad.
Yeah.
Somebody said Red versus Ness is probably my favorite. Yeah, that's one of the ones that Levi showed me. I've watched the extended version of Red versus Ness as well, and it's like 9 minutes. You thought Kara X was long. I'm pretty sure that is like a 9-minute animation. It's really good though. There's a lot of stuff that it's like makes sense to be cut. Like there's a scene in that where like it's like Red getting the Charmander for the very first time, and I'm like, it's a little weird to throw a flashback here. I'm glad that got cut for the real episode, but it's still such a good episode. The 3 that Levi showed me were really good. Can you believe that video was that long ago with me and Levi? When did that come out? Hold on, I'm gonna look this up. Because I feel like that was 3 years ago, and I know it was this year.
Yeah.
Nebula Theater has my timetables all freaked up.
Yeah. While you do that, I do have an answer for the death battle question, if we want to roll back to that real quick.
Do it.
Alright, so mine is a toss-up between Mahito versus Shigaraki, just because Moro's work on that episode was fantastic and made me go from an episode that was like, yeah, alright, this is pretty cool, to an episode that I'm just was super excited to see, with everything from the fight to the scripting to the analysis were on point. And the other one would be Dante versus Clive, because Torian, having him back on the show was so cool. His work is just as good as always, and really was just hype as hell.
I love this question in chat. Yeah, Clive, who is your favorite person to work with on the NT team? I'm going to bring this up because he probably would have avoided it otherwise.
I'm sitting here like trying to figure out, because I've heard Edgy say obrigado before, so I thought it was Portuguese. I'm like, I know that word from somewhere, and while I'm trying to figure it out, I'm like, by the way, who do you like the most on your team?
Yeah, who's your favorite person to work with?
Who's my favorite?
Who's the favorite child?
Yeah.
If we're talking, and I'm gonna be honest, and I don't know if you two want to hear this, but if we're talking, who do I like talk to the most and have the most friendly like I would say work relationship with, it would probably be all of you because you're all my love children. All right.
Boo! Give us a real answer.
I am a teacher. You can't pull this. Of course, teachers have favorite students.
Do you guys really want me to answer? 'Cause
I mean,
Well, that already implies it's not one of us, so go for it.
I don't have a horse in this race since I'm so new.
Yeah, it's.
I mean-
Levi or Delay or Edgy, one of those three, because I have I have really good.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
work relationship with them, like even outside of working on the show.
What about outside of the animators?
Outside of the animators, it would be you two, Sol and Zoro. Because we
Hell yeah!
We have the best relationship in the server, and we do the most work.
High five, Paul!
He's not wrong.
Yeah, let's go. I meant to say Saul. Gosh darn it! Your letters are one. Your names are one letters off.
My beautiful children, I love you all equally. By the way, on the Discord, somebody was asking about like Danganronpa shirts I own, and this is like a Chiaki shirt. So that's one of them. I have 3 of them. There's another one. What is it? I have the Danganronpa 1 and the V3 cast shirts. I don't have a Danganronpa 2 cast shirt because the one I got was like 3 sizes too small because I'm fat. Anyway. Oh, I wish I could go find it. I got a Puchita shirt for Christmas and that shit looks awesome. I love Chainsaw Man, man. I don't know how many Chainsaw fans we have here, but I love Chainsaw Man.
It's pretty cool. It's something I should like. I only read bits of it.
It's an acquired taste, I will say. There are parts of Chainsaw Man that are very hard to get through.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Hellverse. This just in.
Hey.
We are never doing... God, I'm sorry, Saul. I forgot what matchup you like.
It's Vox Syndrome.
Oh, Fox versus
There's
Syndrome.
So Vox is my profile picture. You didn't even have to look that far. You didn't even have to look. Like...
If you guys...
No, it's okay. Trust us with your has-been hotel references.
Also, I'm not gonna let you talk down any verse what the next time. You aren't allowed.
Konosuba is an acquired taste. I will say that.
You cannot.
ReZero, if you want to spend your entire life reading like I did, it's also an acquired taste because half of the actual context of anything is in side novels. Literally, you want to learn anything about the war that was like very important to the lore of the entire story, but it's a 380-page side novel. Have fun.
Welcome.
You want to know about Wilhelm's relationship with his wife? Here's like 30 side stories that fills in literally every detail. It's like, what's that joke with The Lord of the Rings where it's like you have a backstory for every tree branch? That's what it feels like sometimes.
You know, after like having to work with both Karen X and then like the mountains that was Subaru versus Kazuma, I think Plime deserves to have an easy episode after this.
Nope.
Actually, I will say I'm not going to reveal the episode, but the fact that our timetables got turned around and Subaru Kazuma came out first means that the next episode is already fully researched, and that makes me very happy. And I already did all my part way before Super Cosmo research started. So, yay. I can just focus on writing it and not researching it. Nature said, what is a character you want to cover, but none of their matchups convince you?
I have one. Pretty easily.
Do it.
My one is the Master from Doctor Who. One of my favorite fictional antagonists ever. None of the matchups ever cover his story well. And like if we look at his popular matchups, see, this is the part where Saul talks about your favorite matchups and how much he hates them. So no. But if you look at something like Reverse Flash, for example, which is my personal favorite, it just kind of goes to like evil like evil time, you know, evil time people.
Yeah. It kind of
Even-
bogs it down to the specific connections not really mattering, right? That's what you mean?
Yeah, and even like something like the Masters, one of his most popular matchups, which is Loki. It like it takes some of the Masters forms. See, someone write on the counter Days Without Soul mentioning Doctor Who and put a big 0 on it.
Ever implying that it wasn't 0.
Yeah, in the true, in the touche, in the lore, like Missy is one of the most important incarnations for the Master, and like their redemption arc, kind of, and the thematics kind of just boil that down to the girl version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really hard sometimes to find a matchup. Like on the Discord, the character for the day was Virgil, right? Yes. Yesterday.
Yesterday.
And his most popular one is matchup is Sesshomaru. Those connections are really deep, really like they make a lot of sense. Even Yasahime, if anyone here knows Inuyasha, even makes the connections even greater, right? But it's one of those things where it's like, I'm pretty sure Sesshomaru just gets floored, put in the ground, in the dirt. He lifts a finger, he's gone. So it's one of those things where it's like, other matchups might be better for a better debate, but connections-wise, I think that's always going to be the best for his. Some of them just boil down to they're both demons, and they hate somebody in their family, which is funny.
Yeah.
But they have better
Yeah.
debate, so who knows what's better.
Yeah, what's yours, that kids?
Mine is Ahsoka Tano from Star Wars. Like,
Yes!
I absolutely adore Ahsoka. She is my favorite character from that media, and I just haven't found any character that I would want her to fight against. Like, Gamora seems to be like widely from Marvel seems to be widely like the most popular, but even then I'm like, I don't really see the connections, like, because Thanos, yeah, they both have like Thanos and Darth Vader, but Ahsoka was trained with love and care from Anakin Skywalker before he fell. It doesn't really connect the way that I want it to, but I love Ahsoka Tano. She's amazing.
Does anyone remember back when Death Battle was doing their champions, not the island, the tournament before that was just called Champions Tournament? Do you remember someone on the Discord was really pushing Ahsoka versus Boruto? Does anyone remember that?
Yes, I do.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
that's a really interesting choice.
I definitely agree with you. I would. Ahsoka would be a joy to cover, but
Vandal Savage for the Master, thoughts?
You don't want to hear my thoughts. I'm
and then
this.
somebody said Lula 5 Yil for Ahsoka.
Who is Lula?
Who is that?
I don't know.
I'm about to look it up.
Is that no? That isn't her league opponent. That's a Carly.
Oh, it's a Ben 10 character.
I don't know if it's a real Ben 10 character. Isn't 5 years later?
Oh, it's a 5 year. It is. Yes, I know. Okay.
Isn't 5 years later a fan thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm heavily pushing one of them. I wanted to do one of the matchups from it, so leave me alone.
By the way, that video with Levi was only 4 months ago, so that makes me insecure.
Huh.
I'll be honest. This doesn't seem good. I understand the base semantics, but it isn't great.
Zoro, do you have one?
For a character that I really love, but
or series,
there's not. Oh, or series.
Yep.
Huh. All right. Well, as far as matchup goes, one of my go-tos for like a character I want to cover, but like I don't know what would be the best episode for them, would be Meta Knight from Kirby. He's really good Kirby character, but none of his opponents just have really simple connections, and Meta Knight's kind of a simple character, so it's really hard to really find one that really hits the same beats and works really well on its own. Like, there are a few where I'm like, yeah, this would work well enough just to have an excuse to have him on, but doesn't really fit as like a perfect match, you know?
Someone said, I'm convinced for Final Fantasy's Gilgamesh for Meta Knight.
I've heard that one.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I think the Death Battle team likes that most or at least Sam. I think his name was Sam Mitchell likes that one, but he's also a Final Fantasy head. So,
yeah,
I don't know if I have a series or anything off the top of my Nebula Theater 2 when, next year. If I'm being honest, I think he's asking when episode 2 is coming. If I'm being honest, my projected time is tomorrow. No. My projected time frame would be around February to March is when I think we'll wrap up animation. But behind the scenes story, Kara X was kind of rushed at the end of it, and I'm not very proud of that. And you can kind of see with the audio mixing for a 7-minute fight that was done in like 5 or 6 days, which is what led to some issues that people have with the fight for, like, you know, Kara, you're being hard to hear her and stuff like that. So if I'm told that it's gonna take longer than March, and if it's okay to like put it off by a couple weeks, I'm probably going to tell them. So. But I am pretty confident that the wait between episode 1 and 2 will not be consistent from 2 and 3 since they'll be worked on at the same time. Whereas Kara X got completely wrapped up and Subaru Kazuma hadn't even started for like 2 to 4 weeks after that. But yeah, so around February, March is my estimate of when I think it'll be done. But I want to make sure it's as high quality as it can be without trying to rush any part of the process to like make certain dates, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Real answer, February 31st.
Hell yeah. There's 3, 4... When is my birthday? That's 4 days after my birthday.
Wait. Pline. Is your birthday February 27th?
Yes, sir.
Birthday, buddy.
Oh, do you have the same birthday? Or are you fucking with me?
This is a pretty interesting question. I guess piggybacking off the other one. What's your biggest want, just in general, I guess, for NT, be it a matchup, character, or franchise?
I want to ask Saul this question. What are my top 3 franchises that I would want to bring to NT?
Ooh. Oh, I thought you disconnected.
Okay, why are you talking to me on this?
Me and you talk a lot.
We do. I would feel like an awful friend if I couldn't get this.
At least aim for 2.
You know 2 of them off the top of your head.
I feel like I should. Hang on. I'm doing like the Jimmy Neutron thing.
Braid Blast.
I gotta.
Would you like to phone a friend?
No.
All right.
He's got this.
No, because if I get it wrong, I feel really bad.
All right. Believe to achieve, Saul. You got this.
Don't worry, we will only
You
shame you forever.
You talk about Mega Man a lot. Is that one of them? You talk about it at least a lot.
You know what? So I'm gonna say yes. As of recently, I've been on a huge Mega Man and Versus binge, so I am going to say yes, and I'm gonna say it's right now. It was replacing Gundam for number 3, but there are 2 more that's ahead of that, and I talk about them constantly.
I feel so bad because if I went, play, what's my top 3 franchises for this show? I feel like you would have it in seconds.
We are watching Saul having a mental breakdown live on the Nebula Theater Cast. No pressure.
While Saul is thinking, I'm gonna answer this question. I'm gonna have Saul see where Saul is, and if not, I'm gonna ask Zoro because I think Zoro will know immediately. Somebody, Nature said, opinions on Hispanic characters in Nebula Theater. Please let Chapulín Colorado enter, or at least freaking Black Hat. Yeah, that's most likely it's gonna happen. Also, I think there's many people here who like Black Hat.
Please let me do Black Hat Warden. Please let me do Black Hat Warden.
And as someone who knows El Chapulín Colorado, that is something I would like to see if I could find a matchup I like for it. He was a big deal in Hispanic culture. If you don't know who he is, it's like this kind of children's show. I'm not sure where it was filmed. I think it was Mexico. And the day that actor died in from El Chapulín Colorado, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Like schools would mourn, you know what I mean? I have a friend from Puerto Rico who he said the class was out doing a little tribute thing. They didn't even attend classes that day. That's how beloved that show was for Hispanic culture. It's very I think the history of the show is very interesting and how much it meant to people growing up. So it'd be good to try.
Hey, Clyde.
If I can find a matchup I like. Yep.
Is one of the ones fucking Digimon?
There
Because I
you
had
go.
a complete fucking brain blast of yeah, it's Digimon.
Yes, one of them is Digimon. The other one is also...
I'm thinking Ratchet and Clank?
No.
Because I feel like you like that a lot. No.
There's not many matchups I actually... I'm gonna... Okay, Zora, what's the last one?
Is it Bleach?
Yeah, it's Bleach.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah!
Yeah, no.
Hey, you got 2 out of 3. You met the goal.
One that he gave me on a substitute, by the way. Go on, play. What's my 3?
Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Star Trek in Marvel?
Yes! Star Trek! Yes, you got Star Trek.
Okay. Is it Marvel or DC? I don't think. You suggest those a lot, but I'm not sure if you're counting those since they're so big.
No, I'm not.
Okay, Doctor Who, Star Trek. It's probably not Star Wars. I never see I never see you ask for Star Wars matchups unless they're paired with Star Trek or Doctor Who.
That is true.
It's not the Hellverse. You literally only like one matchup. Fuck. Shit. Give me a hint. Game or movie? Or game or... Oh, fuck, no hint. Can I phone a friend?
Sure, who are you gonna phone?
Zorro.
Here's the thing. I don't talk to Saul much about his matchups, and most of the time I know that he likes... you already got the 2 that I thought he knew, so, potentially Fallout? I know he really likes Fallout.
Ooh.
Fallout or Guilty Gear?
Guilty Gear's not mine.
I know you like it because your boyfriend like
Yeah,
it.
but I've never played a Guilty Gear game.
Yeah. See, I got nothing.
It's not Kamen Rider. I feel like you don't know enough about Kamen Rider to...
I've literally just started my first show. But,
Yeah.
Zorro was right, it was Fallout.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay, so hold on. Sorry, we're gonna get to the nitty gritty of this right now. So
Okay.
you like Master vs. Cyber Controller,
Yes.
and what else?
Mando Courier.
Mono Courier.
I like, Death Claws versus Xenomorphs.
Okay, you got 3. That's all I wanted.
I can keep going.
Okay.
Bro doesn't want
I don't want the smoke.
I think the takeaway here is that I know people's taste more than other people.
All right, time for us to guess Zorro's. I'm kidding. Cassette Beasts?
Yes.
Well, just so we can answer this question, give us your 3, each of you and Air Caves. Franchises you want to bring in.
Yeah.
Okay. Go first.
Go first, Air. You've been quiet for a while, Air Caves. It's your turn for the spotlight.
Well, personally, uh, one of my shows from my childhood that I just adore would be Xiaolin Showdowns, and I would love to cover that again.
Yes, my man.
Uh, Second, uh, I would probably want again I would want. I actually do want to see a Homestuck representation at some point in versus at some. So I wouldn't mind doing that. And then third, I mean, I love Pokemon, so I probably am just gonna go with that.
There is a Doctor Who and Homestuck matchup. You know, yeah, we both could get what we want.
What was that last one you said?
Pokemon, because
Pokemon.
I just, yeah.
So we can confirm it here. The episode after Super versus Kazuma will be Blue versus Bakugo. Put it on the calendar.
I saw Skippity Toilet versus Daleks.
Boo!
How about you, Zoro?
All right, so in general, one of mine was also going to be Pokemon, just because, you know,
Man.
Yugi versus Ash and Goro versus Machamp were pretty cool, but overall, I think the Pokemon franchise has a lot of cool potential for cool matchups, like by bringing in the legendaries and bringing in actual trainers that Death Battle and other Vulture shows really haven't really tapped into much. Other than that, though, oh gosh, I should have been thinking about this while you guys were talking. The other ones that I'm really interested. Actually, hold on. Let me look at my my personal list. I am very professional, as you can tell.
You have a personal list for what you want to do.
Yeah, I have a reserves list for things off my 30. Oh, I want to cover frickin' what's it called? Kingdom Hearts. That's definitely one I want to cover at some point. Surprised I didn't think of that sooner. And then I guess the other big one would just be indie games in general. Like, I know I said Cassette Beast, but like, I feel like saying one indie franchise wouldn't really be like do it justice, just because it's like there are so many great indie games that I just want to help shed a light on, like Cassette Beast, Katana Zero. You know, obviously we got the big ones like Hades, Hollow Knight, that I feel like just saying I want to bring in more indie stuff would be really cool. And Darkstalkers. That's an obvious one. Since Air Caves took Pokemon, so I'm swapping Pokemon with Darkstalkers just because it's a small franchise, but with a passionate fan base, and I'd want to at least get one episode under my belt with it.
Your indie rep reminded me of a matchup I thought of recently that I have no idea how we would do it, but it would be abusing. Slay the Spire versus Monster Train.
What's Monster Train?
It's a similar card-based card-based fighter where you're where you're protecting the train which has the spark from hell as you traverse through hell and fight angels.
That's kind of cool though. Slay the Spire is really good. If there's another game that's like that, I'm down to try it. I don't know how we would work that combat system in Versus, but my brother has been asking me for a while if we can if I could think of, not like do it on the show, but like think of a good matchup for Legacy of Ruina, if you guys know what that is.
I don't, unfortunately.
I looked it up, and I looked at gameplay. I'm like, how? Okay, I get it. Like, there's connections I can make, but how would I separate the mechanics from what would happen in a real time fight, right? Like, how would this, like, Ash Yugi has to answer the question of how do you separate them from the rule system? That's one of those things where it's like you slay the spire and all that is one of those things you have to kind of answer and hope that people like your answer.
Yeah. I mean, you guys did that with Kara.
Yeah.
That's true.
That is
That's
valid.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also. Yeah, cars.
We had to. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No, you're not kidding. No, you're not kidding.
That's kind of the point of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I find that
It was a
stuff
very
fun, though.
interesting circumstance. Yeah, yeah.
One of the things I find most fun about versus debating in general is like how would these two systems interact with each other, even sometimes even more so than just like two anime. It's just power systems, right? But when you take things like video games and see like how their game mechanics work, you have to ask the question of how does this translate to, first of all, versus debating, and second of all, how it translates to another world. Like, if there's Kingdom Hearts is a really good example of that. Would you say that every person in Kingdom Hearts essentially has an infinitely rechargeable amount of MP, because in most of the games they have MP that just resets every time they use magic? Or would you take a more like streamlined approach and say like the first Kingdom Hearts games and the final mix of the first game, where it is a limited magic system, but he's got a lot of magic. Like that's something you'd also have to look at, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I understand, if you take from the later games, it's yes, they have a decent amount of MP, but it's more of a one that just takes time to recharge. So
yeah,
they could do a lot of magic at once, but then they can't for a set amount of time before they can again.
Yeah. And the way it works in the game is that it doesn't recharge until you use it all. So
yeah,
I don't know how exactly you'd use that versus debating sense, but it is something to think about. Kingdom Hearts is one I want to find like a really good matchup that we all enjoy. And we're going to have to find an agreement on how to scale the series, because scaling Kingdom Hearts is like scaling Sonic, aka every interpretation you go with is almost completely different.
And wrong.
Personally,
and wrong.
I like to say this when it comes to Kingdom Hearts scaling. It's like figuring out Kingdom Hearts scaling is like figuring out Kingdom Hearts lore. And we'll leave it at that.
Don't forget about the mobile game that's a musical game that has ramifications for the plot.
Oh my gosh!
Is
and then
there a game that's discontinued that's completely like you need it in order to understand the whole plot?
Union Cross.
Yeah, but there's like YouTube footage of like all the story relevant cutscenes,
Okay,
so it's not
good.
like lost media.
But we
Thankfully
still don't know
enough.
who the traitor is.
Wait, there's a traitor? What traitor?
Shut up. Thoughts on Reze versus Terra? I don't know enough about DC Terra to have a strong opinion. I really like Reze, but I don't know how much I vibe with Reze versus TT Terra.
I mean,
I think it would have to be DC Comics Terra for it to make more sense, but I think DC Comics Terra probably puts Reze into the ground.
Yeah. I have the opposite problem. I like Terra, but I don't know about Reze.
Yeah. I'm not a lover of the idea.
Oh, alright.
Hey,
Yeah, like it definitely sounds fun.
I just don't know enough.
It sounds weird for comics. Terra.
I don't know how you would make it vibe with, like, that's what... Was it you who, or someone else who said that tonal clashes can kill a matchup? Because I feel like TT Terra versus Reze is, like, a really big tonal clash.
Yeah. And I don't think the thematics work at all if you're going down the comics route, you know?
Do discontinued games count for scaling? I guess if they were official at one point, right?
Yeah, because like...
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean discontinued, yeah.
Yeah, because it's still like...
Yeah, I thought it was like unfinished. I was like, huh?
I mean, there is a mobile game that was never released, but we don't know anything about the lore in that, so who knows how... Who knows if we'll ever find out, what that was supposed to have ever again.
Can we use the canceled game iNinja 2 when we cover the successful PlayStation 2 platforming game iNinja on the show? That's my question.
Sure.
My question is why... My question is, what even is that game? I've never heard of that before.
Stay tuned in 2 months when I do a video on finding an opponent for the ninja from iNinja and Tone from Dark Cloud in February.
Wait, for real? Or is...
Oh, for real. Though I announced this a while ago when I announced the other shows were starting. I had to change the name.
Yeah.
I had to change the name because turns out Versus Universe exists. So I had to change it to something else. But it is still going to happen in February. Next month, I'm doing a cast ranking video. And then February is going to be that. And hopefully March, it's the Nebula Theater. Hopefully. I'm scared.
Fingers crossed.
I need to make money. I'm kidding. I'm okay. My freaking cat is looking at me. And I know it's because... Okay, I want to see. Is this close to me or not? No. My sister got my cat a little toy that's filled with catnip, right? But the toy is a blunt. So you'll just randomly see Crystal like huddled up on the floor with a big blunt in between her arms, and I'm like, that's simultaneously the most adorable thing I've ever seen and really fucked up.
You should thank your sister for the amazing gift, because that sounds absolutely amazing.
That is amazing.
Somebody said universe level Chicken Little. That's crazy. Hold on.
Look,
the
just
sky fell.
So now that Plime is gone for a minute, we're going to talk about everyone's hits and favorite. Oh,
this is what it looks like.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Darn it, we were just going to talk about our favorite matchup, Ryu versus Sub-Zero.
No, I was going to talk about Doctor Who.
Doesn't someone on the team like that matchup? No, it's a different Sub-Zero
matchup. Sherm really likes Leonardo versus Sub-Zero, and I vibe with it.
Aren't they in a game together?
Injustice.
Oh yeah, Injustice.
So you're saying we already have 3D models, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
It comes out tomorrow.
So yeah.
What can I say? Alpha works fast.
Dang.
And the best part is, Leonardo would win.
That's false.
I mean, unless we want to get into the everyone gets their Titan version, MK1 style.
I hate what MK1 did to Mortal Kombat, especially when the context of versus. It hurts so many good matchups.
Is it Mortal Kombat 1 that was like they had Shao Kahn be like the Donald Trump of the thing, where it's like make Earthrealm great again or something like that?
I wouldn't go that far.
No, he says
he's looking up the quote as we speak.
Yeah, because I remember. I think that might be. Oh, he says it in MK11. He says it. I believe it's one of his. Yeah, it's one of his things that he can say in MK11 intro.
Oh, it's MK11. Got it.
Good gosh.
Said, do you all see my message? Yes, I see your message. I can't believe. So, I'm so conflicted with Fan Battle Cast because, it's something that, like, I covered because I thought it was cool. And I was really disappointed with how Death Battle was handling at the time, the kick of the week, if you guys remember that. And so when I saw people doing actual debates for the pitch matchups, I was like, that's awesome. But I'm so conflicted because the first one is Shang Tsung versus Raphael from Baldur's Gate 3, and I just don't vibe. I don't
Hey,
like
our
it.
no, our first one is Q versus Toymaker.
Is it?
Yeah, that was because I was the first one. I was the first debater, and I debated for Q because I think he wins, so I wasn't going to choose a character I think loses.
Yeah.
I am a fake Fan Battle Cast fan. I really need to debate on Fan Battle Cast. Me and Saul have one we were supposed to do, but
Stop it! Stop it! The audiobooks! The audiobooks!
Oh gosh, you triggered him. Yeah. I think I do have a debate coming up for that one. I was actually supposed to do that today, but then my opponent just decided to not respond at all, and we still haven't heard from him, so who knows when that's going to be.
Wait, which one were you supposed to... actually, you don't have to say it if you want. Just message it to me if you don't want to.
I can tell you the matchup we were going to do. Actually, no, because that'll indirectly throw them under the bus. I'll just say it in DM.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, just message me. I've been trying to schedule doing Banjo versus Yuka, and it's kind of been... Because I finished my Yuka research, I have really good arguments. But it's just been a matter of my opponent and the jury not having time to line up, and I'm like, ugh.
That's how it feels.
I love Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Banjo versus Yuka?
I vibe with it. I'm down for it. If we were to do it, I would not argue. I'm quite literally wearing a Banjo and Kazooie shirt as we speak.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
In general, like, it really feels weird in most cases for me to have, like, the OG classic character versus the indie spiritual successor, because in most times it's like, well, the OG will win because they just have a lot more stuff to pull from. But I think in the context of Banjo and Yuka, where Banjo only doesn't really have that much to pull from, like, I think that works a lot better in that case as in, like, other examples I've seen.
Yeah. There's some I like. Frisk versus Ness is very controversial because that's one of those, for me, because I don't really like it, it's one of those, like, inspiration versus classic. What do you call the inspiring one? I don't know.
Inspired.
Yeah, inspired
versus inspiration.
It's inspiration versus inspired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really wish I liked that matchup more. I really... You know what? If I didn't answer the question before, but it's Ness. I want a good opponent for Ness. Because a lot of people say Raz, but honestly, Nintendo has better connections with Raz than Ness does. So...
Oh, interesting.
Because
yeah,
the whole thing about Nintendo is, like, part of the game is going into somebody else's Magicant. A Magicant is essentially, like, the mind world. It's what you see in Earthbound, because that's the American one people have played. In Earthbound, you go to Ness's Magicant, and you see, like, his inner world, right? Nintendo has the actually goes into somebody else's Magicant. That's a spoiler to, like, a 40-year-old game. But he goes into somebody else's Magicant. The person who was taking care of Gygus when Gygus was, like, a little thing, right? And that's Raz's whole thing is also going into other people's memories and resolving their conflicts and stuff. And they have the added connection of having a girlfriend that is a little bit sassy. Whereas Ness does not have a girlfriend. Unless it's implied that Paul is his girlfriend. I don't know.
But I thought it was implied that Paula was his girlfriend.
I don't remember if that's the case.
I
know.
Paula's just a friend.
I'm pretty sure Paula's just a friend. I could be wrong.
This comment is really funny. He's like, if Kara or EXE had a run back, what matches would you choose? Kara, nobody.
Sure really likes. I want to say the Applejacks mascot, but I know it's a My Little Pony character.
I know who you're talking about.
What is it called?
Are you talking about the Sunset Shimmer?
Yeah, that one.
Wait,
doesn't get pitches.
Era versus Sunset I don't understand that one. No discredit to Sherm.
I mean, I would really hate to do a Kara run back. But the only idea that I think is like kind of funny is Nugget from Kindergarten, because I love Kindergarten. It's such a funny series.
Honestly,
Kara
I'd
versus
rather
Sakura.
do, with how we structured the Kara analysis, I'd rather just do a Frisk if we wanted to do a character like that again.
Yeah. Well, the whole
Then
reason
just do Kara again.
I presented the analyses under the guise of a genocide route specifically, and had like the player feel more important than probably most people would think, is because like if you're using Kara, it's the only time you can even bring up this kind of stuff, like the after genocide effects of what happens with the player and all that. There's a reason I structured it a certain way to like try to keep it as close to Kara as possible. And people have made the complaints that like, ew, it feels like a Frisk analysis. And you know what? Because it essentially is. Frisk is 90% of Kara content. Sorry, Frisk is 99% of Kara content within Undertale. Because Frisk's body and equipment is used for Kara. At the end of the game, that's how Kara manifests. They do not have a body without Frisk. So it's like, I don't know. If we're going to cover Frisk, we can use a completely different angle. Whereas if we cover Kara again, it'll be the same angle again. That's the main reason. That's the main reason I focus the way I focus, is so if we ever brought Frisk in, we would have completely different information to talk about. It's also why the Hypergoner got sidebarred and seen as not important enough to talk about, because that is a Frisk thing and not a Kara thing.
Also, Hypergoner has like multiple different interpretations.
Yeah. Somebody said that in the comments that you can't actually dodge it, and I was like, that's not true. For X, it's literally, I feel like it's such an obvious, like, who we would use to, instead of Kara as an opponent. It's either going to be Aerosans or Red. That's
and it would likely end up being Error.
Yeah. Now
People would have to fight me.
Subaru Kazuma actually does have a more fun kind of banter with it, because Subaru has that guy from that other anime that's essentially Konosuba. What the hell is it called? Why am I so bad at remembering things?
Because isekais come in like very similar flavors.
I know, and it's got like 17 words in the title. It's like I read a book just to get through the beginning title of the
Are you
show.
thinking of Rising of the Shield Hero?
No, sorry, Mushoku Tensei. All right.
Oh, that one.
Subaru or Kazuma versus the main character of Mushoku Tensei makes a lot of sense to me, and probably has better thematics. And Subaru, and specifically Subaru and Beatrice versus Araragi and Shinobu from Monogatari is a really fun matchup as well, because well, it's very hard to find good opponents for Subaru in general, but to have it be a team fight where it lets Beatrice let him have a bunch of shit is really fun. And Shinobu had ended half the world Shinobu ended the world just like the Witch of Envy did, so that's an interesting parallel. I know probably nobody here has seen Monogatari.
Nope.
Nope, not me.
I'm gonna tell you, I like it, but I do not recommend it, so please don't. It's sometimes some of the like deepest and like most heartfelt storytelling you've ever seen, and sometimes they do things that are just make you so uncomfortable that you're just like, maybe I'm good. There's so many it's like if there's a machine that gives you really good food and you eat the food, but after you finish, you have to get slapped in the face. That's how it feels. You finish an arc, you're like, that's amazing. The very next arc, it's like, ah, God. But the next arc after that, you're like, okay, I'm back. Okay.
Very love-hate relationship.
Yes. Favorite ex-opponent is Reverse Flash. That's really interesting.
That doesn't sound good.
That.
Love
I mean,
different reactions.
Somebody says it depends on how hard the slap is. All right, calm down.
Oh, banned. That guy's banned.
Damn it, that guy.
Not sure what even that should look for. I mean, we got other characters. You could think of that we are covering that are confirmed that I have other ideas for. Didn't somebody say Crypto was good for Bender?
No, no one said that was good. They just said it was a pitch.
Oh, right. Oh, was it a pitch?
Yeah.
Crypto and Bender?
I believe so, yeah.
Huh.
That's crazy.
I know Sherm really likes Percy Jackson's. Oh gosh, I know it was either Pitt or Zagreus for Percy. I think it was Zagreus he was more of a fan of.
Yeah.
Me and Sherm have talked about Ichigo versus Percy.
Oh yeah, that's another good one.
I really want to think of like really kind of like different matchups, you know, like
I
take these characters in a different direction.
Yeah,
that had the most different matchup that I've ever seen when I was working on Smash Bracket. One of our confirmed matchups for Crossover Coliseum was Crypto versus Batman. And when asked why, they're like, it'd be cool. And that was basically it.
What?
Yeah.
Wait,
what
like
the fuck?
what?
Yep,
Okay.
Sure.
I see you season 1 death battle mentality.
So, you know, when somebody has a vision, you just gotta go with it. Somebody said they're so excited for Pitt versus Zag.
I mean, the
it's
vision
coming along well.
Was Crypto coming in and invading Gotham City with other aliens and everything, and Batman trying to stop it? And I'm like, you know what? That actually works. I'm okay with this.
I'm trying to think of, like, I don't know. It's difficult.
I mean, I won't fault for anyone for having like a guilty pleasure matchup like that. Like, we all have one where it's like we acknowledge it that this is not a good one statistically or by any constraints, but we just kind of roll with it just because we think it sounds cool.
Do I have one like that?
I don't know. Do you?
I don't know if I do. I only like Peak. That's the problem.
That's actually what I just said.
God, why do I have to have such good opinions?
Stealing my joke as well.
What is a matchup that you guys would love to do now, but because of like you would want to make sure that we can do everything properly? Like, you feel like it's not feasible right now, essentially, with the
I've got one. Oh, go ahead, Eric Caves. Be free.
Salem from Ruby versus Dracula from Castlevania, and the reason I don't think that we could do it is that that I know that Ruby is coming towards the end, and Salem will be showing more prominently, and I don't think we have enough of her we've only had her actual fight in one scene. I don't think there's enough content for her on her side for for combat oriented stuff. But I love the matchup in terms of theming and everything else.
I was gonna ask if the show is real in terms of like, if it does come out that the fan theory of Salem only being able to die when she believes in the importance of life and death, is there a possible Nebula Theater related victory where Dracula can convince Salem the importance of life and death, and then calmly go get all the relics, summon the gods, and the gods be like, okay, Salem's gone, and Dracula wins?
would be
a hilarious win condition.
Yeah, but I mean, at the, you're using a Netflix Castlevania, right?
Yes. That
All right.
specifically because
Should
basically the idea is that Salem was a human who, through losing love, became a monster, and Dracula was a monster who, through love, became more human.
You
Oh,
know,
I
that
can
would
vibe
be
with that.
a yeah, like, and gosh, I don't want to go into like the ending of Castlevania, but like I could see the debate actually being very interesting, and
Yeah,
I'll leave it at that.
and like I love the theme of them having the opposite character arcs.
Yeah.
The hell is
But yeah,
Although
that's
that might be detrimental for Dracula, given that he loses the will of seeing the value of life and death. So, and that's the only way to kill Salem. So,
all right? Real
well,
quick,
that is if the theory becomes real.
I'm sorry. Somebody said Glass Joe versus Wimplo is my current favorite. If you don't know who Wimplo is, he's the guy from oh my god, the samurai movie Kung Pao, or is it Kung Fury is the film project Kung Pao, and he's the one that gets his ass kicked, and he's like, "I'm bleeding, making me the victor." He's like a really bad fighter, and he wants him to fight Glass Joe, and I think that's the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life.
that's great. Anyway, Zoro, you had one that you wanted to share as well.
Oh yeah. Mine would be Maximilian Pegasus from Yu-Gi-Oh versus Leshy from Inscription. And I was kind of going on why I like the matchup in the oh gosh, it was in the hot takes chat, but overall, just like it because unlike a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh death battle or versus content where they just kind of have them summon monsters, like doesn't work for me. Not saying it's a bad thing, just personal preference. But this one, because Leshy and Maximilian are creators of these card games, like this would be a matchup where both of them would actually be able to like actually sit down at a table and play in their preferred mediums of playing the card game. I don't think we'd have the means to do it right now because A, getting all the assets for all the different monster cards and effects would take a lot. Plus, if we go really in onto like them going through and playing a game and making it like an episode of the Yu-Gi-Oh anime, then that would require a lot of voice lines that we do not have the budget for.
Also, just gonna throw this out there. Like one of Pegasus's most iconic things is that he steals other people's monsters and tunifies them. So that would be other assets that we would have to create.
Yeah,
hand.
yeah. Exactly. Because, heck, even Leshy can, like, take pictures of things and convert them into cards. So that would be a lot of things, especially if you include Leshy's death cards, which are literal portraits of those who lose to him in the card game. So it would take a lot of effort to construct the way I would want to do it. So it is like right now it's my third most wanted, but it would not happen until like we got extraordinarily successful or and could, theoretically budget out something like that.
Yeah. You got one, Saul?
Cecil versus Amanda Waller would cost a lot of money. That's it. Creating the assets for Cecil, Amanda, and even if we put it down to like only a couple members on each side, that would still be a hell of a lot.
And a lot that would have
But
to be
Yeah.
made custom.
yeah, oh yeah, especially with the invincible characters. You,
Although,
Cecil,
depending
Yeah.
on how big the Invincible games get, we could strip the Invincible character models and find models for Suicide Squad members
I
and
wouldn't.
do it
I wouldn't want it
3D.
in 3D personally.
Ah, yeah,
I
that's
think
fair. That's fair.
I think 3D for it kind of
Kills the appeal.
wouldn't look good.
Yeah,
Like at least Cecil kind of gets away with having repeated assets when his main two biggest things in the fight are the Rihanna Men and Robot. Two people who Reanimen are just reanimated corpses that all look really similar. Robots are quite literally all the same by the end of his arc. Amanda just has so much stuff. Just so much.
Somebody said have all the Lishi loser cards be the animation team, like how Bracket did the paintings in King Boo versus Gengar.
Ooh, that was a that I loved that episode.
That's
No,
a really
actually,
good one.
I had a cheeky idea that, because the game Inscription in the game is canonically a game on a floppy disk that the main character is like playing on. So if we wanted to be meta, we could say that we loaded the game in on the Nebula Theater computer, and so all the loser cards manifest as actual losers from previous episodes of the Nebula Theater up until that point.
That's kind of cute.
It would also give us a good reason to reuse a few sprites. You just have to paint them black as black silhouettes, so that'd be cool.
And I have sprites being made custom made, so that would more uses the better.
Yeah.
More uses for my
Yeah.
dollar.
Would definitely help us on assets and whatnot.
Mine is very specific. It's Sailor Moon versus Madoka. And that's only because if we were to do it, I would want to do a full witch section. And that witch section has to be done like perfectly. Has any of you seen Madoka Magica at all?
Nope.
I have.
Not.
So in the show, they have these things that the witches exist in, like a witch realm, and that's what they have to like purify and stuff. And there is like it's all like really beautifully handcrafted, like almost like out of a picture book art pieces that are constantly like moving around and flowing back and forth. If you're gonna do that, you need to like really have that style down and have the budget to animate it in a way that it always looks like it's like ebbing and flowing. It's essentially a big like 2D drawn background, which is not cheap.
Yeah.
An animated big 2D drawn background. It just needs to happen in my opinion, or else the fight is not good. If Death Battle does it and they don't have that, the fight is not good. I'm gonna say right now. They failed. I don't even know if they have interest in doing that matchup, but they failed.
I mean, it was on one of their tournaments, was it? Sailor Moon? So it's definitely on the radar.
And the only reason it won round one is because of spite. Because people really didn't like Ryu versus Goku. And then it got absolutely washed in round two.
No one was stopping Tom versus Coyote.
I think that matchup, hot take, I think if Scooby versus Courage didn't come out and was as good as it was, Kratos versus Asura would have nailed that matchup 100%.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, we got both
I'd
anyway,
say
so
Versus
what does it
Courage
matter?
was so good though.
Yeah. Honestly, like, we still got both, and, for better or worse, depending on your views on Kratos versus Asura.
I also kind of think that Scooby Courage is not my favorite. It's like right in the middle for the season with me. I was not a huge fan of that. I know people have probably seen my review on it, but I'm sure it feels like it's a perfect crossover, but not a perfect death battle. Does that make any sense?
I love it personally.
What makes it weird for me is that they've already had a canonical crossover, so really just...
I don't really care about, personally, canonical crossovers, because, like, canonical crossovers aren't the realm of Death Battle and stuff, and have a lot more, like, producers and, like, license holders, and there's certain things that, like, characters might not be allowed to do within their crossovers, you know? I feel like a crossover is a completely different medium. Like, I hear that...
Are we talking them crossing over with each other, or just other crossovers that both have been in general?
I think them crossing over with each other.
Yeah, because, like, one of the things is, like, well, the computer might have been able to give Courage a win con against Scooby if their crossover didn't prove that their computer had nothing on them, and I'm like, that just kind of like, well, that's just a really weird thing to like see and then decide, yeah, this is still this is still a matchup worth doing.
Well,
So-
I mean that's literally just one part of it, though. Considering,
Yeah.
computer isn't even arguably the most important part of that debate. It's the dark matter orb, which, funny enough, the dark matter orb comes from the crossover.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so if you discount
Yeah,
it,
the
then it
mystery matter
changes the
meteor.
dynamic. It changes the entire dynamic of like the fight. Like, and I don't think it's a bad episode. I enjoyed it. I just found it was a little odd.
I don't agree with the verdict, but I think it's a really fun episode, and I prefer to not watch two characters I love die. So, you know,
I
Yeah.
was quite literally the same way. I remember going into it with my friends and being like, I'm so sad I have to watch my favorite, like one of my favorite comfort characters, Courage the Cowardly Dog, die in this episode. And they were like, well, it's a tie. Oh, that's bullshit, but I'll buy
Everyone
it.
cheered.
Yeah.
just to say, by
It's
the
like-
way, Subaru and Kazuma have had canonical crossovers that I'm not using. Or, I don't know if they're canonical. They're written by the main people, so I don't know. But they don't really fit anywhere in either canon.
If you're talking about, like... Are you talking about, like, Isekai Quartet?
No, so they have two canon manga crossovers. Or, yeah, I think...
Oh!
I can't remember. It's been so long since I've read them. I can't remember if it's a novel or a manga. My brain is mush. But one of them is all about Rem getting randomly teleported through some mist from Lagunica, which is the city Subaru lives in, or the kingdom that Subaru lives in, to Axel, which is where Kazuma stays. And in that crossover, Rem is doing absolutely everything and making them look like chumps. She's way stronger than them. She's way faster than them. And they literally just can't keep up. And they're like, why can't we keep her by the end of it? If we went by that, I would just be like, in this crossover, Rem literally makes the strongest people in that universe look like a bitch, so Subaru wins. But I'm not going to do that. The other crossover is just comedy. It's just them having a good time. It's really interesting because those two authors are best friends.
I love it when like best friends just decide to have a crossover just because it'd be fun. It just those kind of crossovers are always so wholesome to me.
How many times has that happened? I know Insomniac versus Naughty Dog. I know Insomniac and Naughty Dog have had like stuff like Jack showing up in Ratchet and all that. I wonder how often that happens.
I know Steven Universe did one with Uncle Grandpa because the creators were really good friends. Although they made a joke right at the beginning that it wasn't going to be canon, so...
Yeah.
Which I think helped set the tone for the episode, because I'm like, okay, we're just here to have fun, let's go.
I don't know what Uncle Grandpa is. I'm going to be completely honest.
And you're better for it.
It's a lackluster show on Cartoon Network that pitches that, there's this mystical guy called Uncle Grandpa who goes around solving everyone's problems because he is both everyone's grandpa and uncle at the same time.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Is that what Croat is? Is that what the Unk? Is that what Unk in Unk Crocation?
Yeah.
Also, he's quite literally like basically a fifth dimensional being with like the powers in the way he's treated it.
Good morning.
So, DB may ruin childhoods, but even they have boundaries. They've been really good with respecting the series they're like coming from. I said it in the Ash versus Yugi reaction that I really like that none of the Pokemon were getting like their heads chopped off or like fucking bloody on the ground, that it felt like a proper crossover because of that. If they had a Tai versus Red thing where they're like crushing the wings and ripping them off and shit, I would be like, all right, maybe this isn't for me.
Yeah.
Just
also
to say this, I don't hate Uncle Grandpa for existing or anything like that. It's just not a show that I personally enjoy because I don't.
Good morning.
That.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that because I saw that. It's it's not that we hate Uncle Grandpa. I use the word lackluster just to describe how the show performed in a way. Like, I think it's fine. Like, heck, there are some gags that actually like from Uncle Grandpa, like how one of the main characters is just a PNG of a tiger that changes poses, and it's just called "Hello, flying realistic giant." Oh gosh, how was it? Hello, giant flying realistic flying tiger.
I'm gonna say it right now. I am not gonna spare people's feelings. I don't like it. No siree.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, yeah, I understand if you don't
Well,
like
hang
it.
on.
I mean, it's not my thing either, but like,
Okay. Oh, okay. Like stealing all of my gimmicks this stream. Like now he's the mean one about people's things that they like. That's like my entire thing. You're supposed to be the one who's like, yeah, this is interesting. This is cool, and I'm supposed to be the one who goes, nah, this is awful. This is trash.
quick, Klein, start talking about Doctor Who.
Me and Saul are doing a good cop, bad cop. It's like that one animated short of Batman and Superman.
Yes. Oh my God, we are.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
I love
that's good cop.
Yeah.
I love that Air Caves, by the way, was the only one that was like, didn't you just say you've never seen it?
No, I said that.
Oh, was that you? Oh, sorry, I'm giving
Yeah,
credit to
no.
other people.
Again, it's just him doing it.
I've only watched like a few episodes of it.
Can someone else ask us something that isn't about Uncle Grandpa? So we can move on? I'm gonna ask you the little Paul Victorian child I am. Can you please ask something else so we can move on?
Poor-
Uncle Grandpa.
Please, think of the children.
I also when
Think of us, the children.
when someone was like, "Quick, plan, talk about Doctor Who," I imagine it's like the FNAF 2 puppet, where it's like the Doctor Who talks about my fucking music box, and you gotta reset it. Well, if you guys hate Uncle Grandpa, that means he wouldn't be Black Hat's opponent if an episode happened. Two things. I actually don't mind Uncle Grandpa. Uncle Grandpa is. It has some funny gags, and I feel like an episode with Uncle Grandpa would be interesting because he is a bullshit reality whopper.
I just want to point out that all three of you went from being like, "Don't watch it; it's a waste of time," to it's not just for me. It's just like somebody likes it, right?
No, I mean I can say. I can suggest you not to watch it and then be like, I like it. I grew up with it. I'm allowed to be like, this is shit, but it's blinded by nostalgia, you know?
If you
I never said it was bad. I just said it was lackluster. Like,
But
what you like.
As an actual character to research for an episode, Uncle Grandpa would be really funny. I'll take you and research Uncle Grandpa. I would love to know. He's the type of character that's like, I wonder what he can't do, you know? Where does his reality warping stop? Because he can do a bunch of things. He does the whole, like, I'm sure glad it wasn't that guy thing, you know? He, like, takes a hit. And also, he wouldn't be Black Hat's opponent if an episode happens? No. It's already been established. It would be Walton Super Jail. That's why I've got my staff.
We established that? We can't see. If we were to do any episode that Death Battle has already covered, which one would you want to do?
Oh.
Mewtwo versus Shadow, Mewtwo versus Shadow, Mewtwo versus Shadow, Mewtwo versus Shadow.
He's trying to summon it.
Sorry. No. If I speak it out loud, it manifests in reality.
It's like fucked up Beetlejuice.
It's fucked up Beetlejuice.
Oh gosh, why does Mewtwo have freaking shadow hair? Oh gosh, put it back, go back. Yeah. That's my obvious answer. I won't go too long into it because I've talked about it multiple times across these casts. But Death Battle was underwhelming. The matchup deserves better. That is my piece.
How do you feel about them trying to change history with that matchup? By the way.
Wait, what do you mean? So,
back in the Screw Attack days, they had said over and over that matchup, they had Shadow's voice actor sound bad because the sound in Sonic Adventure 2 was bad, right? They wanted to match the voice acting. And now they're saying in something from like a year or two ago, where they're like, we didn't make it bad, we just made it sound like SA2. And I'm like, that's not what you said, though. You said you intentionally made it bad. I don't know why we're changing what you said like 5 years ago. Just own it. You made it bad because you wanted to make it bad.
I
like
have my answer.
What's yours?
Zelda versus Peach, because I think that those two deserve better rundowns than they got with the way that Season 1 Death Battle did not treat them well. Let's put it that way in terms of like how they the phrasing and all that stuff. And since then, both characters have gotten a lot more stuff to play with that it would feel like a very distinct matchup.
those are the two I voted on during the polls for back when they were like saying which rematch should we do this year. So, Air Caves, you have a friend in me on that regard.
Somebody said
Nice.
Mai versus Chun-Li because they deserve better episodes. I do agree. I don't know if those
Yeah,
are the
that's
opponents
another
I
good
like
one.
for each other, but the episode aged so badly. Granted, I will say it's a product of the time, but
Yeah, same.
it's nowadays it's very bad.
Oh, I will stand by that. Zelda versus Peach is one of my favorite like season 1 episodes because like the animation is good. It is fine. I mean, outside Zelda's sprite, but again, it was a sign of the times, and it's very much a product of its time. But from modern standpoint, it does not stand up.
Yeah, and then you look at like Mai versus Chun-Li, and that probably wasn't even the best, even at the time it was released.
No.
Yeah, I would like to do those. Like, I wouldn't mind doing that exact matchup just because, like, I've heard some people say, like, there should be a better connector than women in fighting game, but they're, like, the post-woman in fighting game. It's not that, oh, the lady from fighting game, let's do it. Like, these are, like, the first ones of their kind of like the front runners that everyone kind of followed suit from. So I think that to an extent makes it work. Plus you have the whole SNK versus Street Fighter, which is always a classic rivalry matchup.
Better than Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat.
Oh,
What is yours, Saul?
You don't want to hear my take on rematches because I don't care really about rematches as an idea because I think inherently rematches are kind of boring to me. I would rather see different characters get on in terms of like, I'd rather characters just get different matchups because most of the time they just have either equally as interesting or more interesting. But I guess I have two that I would want to do for this show in particular. Batman Beyond versus Spider-Man 2099 is, in my opinion, just I think it's the best idea for both, which is why I don't mind it as much in terms of like, I think it's the best, like, no competition for both, which is, and I really like these characters. I didn't grow up with Batman Beyond or anything, but I've always seen Terry around and stuff, and Miguel is awesome, and that fight just deserves a way better, like, trading of abilities and just overall animation. And then the other one I would want to do is Scrooge McDuck versus Shovel Knight. I don't really like any of Scrooge's matchups. Hey, that's another character for that previous question. But I think Shovel Knight is the most interesting because it goes into his, like, treasure hunting aspects of Scrooge, which is a big important part of his character, compared to someone like Krabs, which is just like stingy bastard. And I feel like the fight could be really interesting. Shovel Knight is a really cool game that I need to keep playing. And
I would recommend it. All 4 of the games are fantastic.
Oh, trust me, I've heard from my boyfriend. And I own it on my Switch, so I genuinely have no excuse. Scrooge is a character Scrooge is one of my personal favorite characters of all time. He means a lot to me. And I would just want a matchup that gives him the respect he deserves, which I don't think any of Scrooge's other popular options. I use Krabs as the main example just because that's his most popular.
Yeah.
I hear you.
The other ones are like what, like Wario, which it isn't good as well. I think Scrooge deserves a run back, and especially a more in-depth analysis, especially with the whole reboot and stuff. If you would, because for this matchup, I would want to focus on the reboot. I think the reboot works better, like thematically, and from like a debate and a fight standpoint.
Oh yeah, yeah. The DuckTales reboot was really good.
It's one of my favorite shows ever. Apart from that, I couldn't give two shites about rematches.
Yeah, yeah. I think generally my stance on rematches are the same. Of like, I'd rather see someone else. They're just when it was a matchup like Mewtwo Shadow's the only one I'm really like gun ho about, just because it's one I care about, and then to see a matchup you love do so poorly, like it's more like a personal vendetta more than anything else at that point.
Yeah, I think that's kind of why I want to do Scrooge versus Shovel Knight, is because I hate Scrooge's characterization. I mean, a lot of it points to the death, but even before that, he doesn't feel like Scrooge. He feels like the handheld 8-bit version. He doesn't feel like his character, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mine is obvious. Can anyone guess my? No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to do this again. Crash versus Spyro.
Ben 10 versus Green Lantern. Oh.
Yes. Huge Ben 10 versus Green Lantern fan. I love that matchup to tears. No, it's Crash versus Spyro. I think they using Legend Spyro kind of took part of what I enjoyed about the matchup away. Even if they were trying to like show footage in the analysis of classic Spyro, it's not the same fucking character at all. And I think there's a lot you can do with just their arsenals, especially with the fourth game of Crash coming out, and I've given up on waiting for the fourth game of Spyro. So maybe we could just make something work with that. I don't know.
I mean, yeah. Do you hear about their plans for Crash 5 that got canceled?
I did. I saw a bunch of different plans, like how they were going to have a crossover with Spyro.
Yeah, I'm so sorry for your loss, my friend.
So apparently, sorry, this is a little Saul. I'll find you. This is not like me getting my hopes up, but somebody was like, some YouTuber was like, this guy put up an art listing for Spyro, and it's listed in 2022, which is years after both the Crash Racing game he was in and Spyro's trilogy game. So it's possible that that's going to lead to a new Spyro game. And I'm like, at this point, I just want to see it. Like, I'm not going to keep... It's like Silk Song, where it's like, if I keep sitting here and waiting for it to get announced, I'm just going to get upset. Excuse me.
And then Silk Song got announced and was released.
I still will always say I love how that game was the only game that was stuck in development heaven. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, like, gotta respect that they weren't having trouble developing it. They just lost track of time.
They just didn't want it to end.
Oh, this is an interesting question. Do you guys take into account what is finished to do matchups? Examples, not doing a Deltarune matchup until it's finished, or not doing Bendy until Ink Machine comes out because that's the end of the main story. I would say, at least I have. Personally. Yeah. I don't know about you.
I feel like
it
for me depends on the character.
Yeah. It's a really like, case by case.
If it's a character that we know that we don't know enough about, like in the case of Salem versus Dracula that I posed. That would be one where I would want to wait till it's finished so that we know the full extent of Salem, because she is the end boss. But if I was to look at a Ruby for other characters to matchups, I would love to do cover other characters in Ruby, even characters that are going to be portrayed as well. Like if I wanted to do any of the main cast of Ruby or Juniper, I would be down for any of them. because we have concrete enough stuff to go through. And also, the bonus with that is that while we're developing it, we you can kind of plan the release schedule around when another spike of new content is going to come out to add engagement as well, which helps with other things.
Yeah, so really it just depends on do we have enough of the character in question to reasonably cover them in an analysis? And B, would it make sense for us to do it, given this? Or would it make sense just to see how the story ends so we get a more concrete resolution to it? Because, there have been many matchups that at the time were great, but as more informations came out about said characters on ongoing series and the more plot details get unveiled, matchups will live and die based on new content.
Yeah.
Because it could dramatically change it. So it really just depends on here's the thing. Huntrix versus Dazzlings is a great idea. Right now, it is a great time to do a matchup like that. But when Netflix decides to make, K-pop Demon Hunters 2 or 3 or what have you, that could dramatically change the dynamic of Huntrix depending on what story directions they go, which could help the matchup fare better. It could also hurt the matchup dramatically. So it's just one of those things we have to keep in mind when planning an episode.
You also never know when something is done, because something can get revived, like Yasuhime for Inuyasha, years down the line, that adds a ton of new content to go over.
True.
So, also, here's me sitting with that question, fully reading, keeping up with ReZero content as it comes out. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you've.
Don't worry. The nightmare's almost over.
I've got the one matchup for me personally that I've been dying to do on this show is Spamton versus Dr. Kuma from Half-Life, but the AI is self-aware. Not only is Deltarune not finished, and we don't really know if Spamton's going to play into any part of another character's story or something. He didn't have another boss battle or anything, but his relationship with Tenor is pretty significant to his character, what we would want in an analysis. Half-Life AI isn't done, because that's getting a second season, which we actually finally got a release date on. I literally just found that out 10 minutes ago. So I'm buzzing right now. It's coming out in March.
Ooh, nice.
Definitely one that I've been holding off on being I really, really, really want to do this right now, because it's not a good time. I would rather wait until we get maybe another Deltarune chapter, because then by that point it's
I will say, if we know content is coming soon, there was an idea floating around internally, and you guys don't need to say what it was just in case we ever do it, about a Scott Pilgrim matchup. And we were like, well, we could start researching it now, or we can wait a little bit. There's a new game literally right around the corner. Let's wait for that new game to come out, and let's see what we can get from that. There's going to be situations like that, which is kind of like what Spamton Coomer's going through, where it's we know we're getting new AI content. We know we're getting new Deltarune content soon, so why are we going to try to rush it out and do it before we know that this new content is out? AI.
Wait, when does that new game come out?
The Scott Pilgrim one?
When? Yeah.
I checked when we talked about it, but I don't remember as of this moment.
You know what's funny? Time's don't talk about the matchup if we ever do it. Even though he's mentioned the franchise, I still don't remember. I'm still too stupid. I still don't. I'm so good at not giving away any spoilers because I just forget them.
No, Trap. We talked about it, but it's not confirmed. It's confirming matchups is not something I do on my own. My cat is back there. I just saw her in the camera, and I was like, "Look at that cutie." My deciding matchups isn't something I do on my own, nor is it something that is kind of done on a whim. There's a lot of things that go into it. It's the people who wants to research it. Is there a general interest? Is there something coming out soon that
Maybe
that
like giving
really
more views.
yeah, that makes sense to start making this now instead of later. Subaru Cosmo is a lucky case because that's coming out around, like I said, hopefully February, March, and the new season of ReZero comes out in April. So like that's like perfect timing, stuff like that.
And another one we kind of got lucky in terms of like, oh, it's lucky we're doing this matchup is fucking Avengers Doomsday is entirely like focused around Doom, and we're doing a Doom, you know,
Yeah,
which
and
would draw extra eyes in.
I won't say it obviously, but I already like sometimes things change and certain episodes get swapped out of, certain cycles because I know we did have plans for a certain episode that we decided to push back just because we found that for another matchup, one of their things
more
were going to
sense.
be
Yeah.
were going to be more relevant coming up, so we made the swap to do that one sooner. So
Which I
and-
think doing things in terms of timing isn't new or anything because like, what is it like? Black Adam versus Apocalypse was pretty near to the Black Adam or like around.
I
Yeah.
think
Black Adam
so.
movie stuff?
Literally, the
Yeah,
cast
yeah.
that came out that showed the preview was sponsored by the Black Adam movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not a new thing.
And I think
And Black
Black
Adam
Canary.
lost. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
They can get sponsors and their character loses? That's nuts. I never thought I'd see the world.
It's funny because I think I have Black Adam winning.
But yeah, I also think Black Canary versus what's her name? Sindel was made in to help hype up Suicide. No, it was the Birds of Prey movie.
I can see that.
I don't remember if that timeline lined
Oh,
up.
Combat
But
Pack, wasn't it? Combat Pack.
oh yeah, it was Combat Pack 11 too.
Yeah.
Not Combat. A Combat Pack for Mortal Kombat 11. Gosh, imagine if that game got 11 packs of DLC.
I'm excited to see what you all do with Doom. I'm very excited as well. What?
Oh, you're reading a comment. I was going to say, I thought you were writing that one.
I am.
I know. But you're like, I'm excited to see what you're doing with it. And it's like, what do you mean what we're doing with it? You're doing it.
Yes. Be excited.
I want to start wrapping up soon. So if anyone has any things to ask, no problem. Somebody, I lost the question. Never mind. Somebody say something. Scott Pilgrim versus Boyfriend? New. I'm assuming he's talking about Friday Night Funkin'. New.
No.
So the game has to be out for us to cover it. Just saying.
They can't spend all of their money on drugs if they want to have an episode.
What?
I'm pretty sure that's what. I think if
Is that really what they spent the Kickstarter money on?
I remember there was something going around about that.
About what?
About the Kickstarter money was like they blew it or something on. I think it was something.
There ain't no way.
I remember seeing an image going around about it.
That would be insane if it was true.
I just remember seeing something about it going around.
That's so funny. I would believe it though. Newgrounds is the place to smoke some dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Back in the day, that's where the chill kids were, dude. Back in the day.
Yeah. I was gonna say I felt like we'd be hearing a more uproar from the Friday Night Funkin' community if that was proven to be true.
What community? They don't have a game. What?
I mean, I've seen communities form out of less content.
I can feel the nostalgia in Aircave's voice when he was like, "Ugh, Newgrounds."
Look, I'm in my 30s, so I'm older than the majority of people in this community.
Yeah, I feel it. I'm 28, and I'm gonna be 29 in 2 months. You're gonna be. That's right. You know when I'm turning 29. I was gonna be like,
Yes,
I'm turning
exactly.
29. I'm turning
It's
29.
kind of hard to
Guess
forget
when?
your birthday.
How am I the baby of the chat at the age of 27?
Why is
Uh,
Eli?
Zora, you're 27, are you?
Oh, are you younger?
I'm 21.
Wait, what?
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
What?
I didn't know that we had a baby here.
Yeah, baby's your research lead, so fucking chop.
You
He's got-
you do not sound 21, my friend.
It's the British coming out.
Yeah.
D-Light
I
showed
guess
up,
so.
D-Light showed up. He just said "unk," and I'm gonna ask you, D-Light. Isn't it like 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning? Go to bed.
Yeah.
That's
Again,
It's
I work
sorry.
as a
It's 1:40.
teacher.
It's 1:40. Sorry, my bad.
Oh yeah, I work as a teacher. You think I haven't been called that before?
Old?
I like how
No, unk.
Oh.
Oh, it was just really funny. I mean, I can't believe I'm the baby. I'm like 27. No.
Yeah, D-Light is
yeah.
19.
Yeah, I knew that. I was just talking about the people here, but like, that's still blowing my mind right now, Saul. Like, I am gonna need a moment to process that. Holy crap!
I think D-Light is the youngest person on the team. No, the youngest person is Luzio. Never mind.
Yeah, and I turned 21 2 months ago, Zoro. I'm not even that deep into being 21.
Holy Chisa.
If that's
Well,
Don't worry. You get used to getting the feeling of, oh God, how is the time passing?
I will say that is when I was a kid and I played Kingdom Hearts the first time. When I'm sure all of you have played it, but when you're on the island at the beginning of the game, they ask you what you're most afraid of, and one of the options is getting older. And every single time I played it as a kid, I was like, getting older? No, I'm excited for that. And now every single year after that, I understand the fear more and more because time just moves faster each year. 4 months ago was the video with Levi. I thought that was like I thought that was January. Like, what? Nebula Theater aired and we gained a community, and I've done so much shit since that one video. It's like it's only been 4 months. It's crazy.
It's crazy how time moves and passes through, but at the end of the day, it's also a blessing. I'm happy that I've lived this long, and I'm excited to see what my future entails.
You don't cry at the remix of the Donkey Kong song, Donkey Kong Country, the aquatic ambience, that remix that goes around for all the nostalgia TikTok stuff. I don't know if you've heard that remix, but people are like, I cried so much.
But like, it's all the way that you view time is entirely up to you, and it's time is. I know this is getting a little philosophical, but time is a fairly human concept, and it's all about how you perceive it and shape it in your mind that you're able to move forward. I have learned from my experiences in the past, which has made me the person I am today, and I'm very happy with the person I am today. So I look forward to seeing what the person I become in the future.
Same. People seem to like me in this community. People I work with and outside of it. And if you guys met me 10 years ago, you would not like me. So time has, I'll say time has made me a better person. So I kind of in the same boat as Arcade.
Yeah.
When I was 18, I was a douche, dude. I look at videos of when I was that old, and I'm just like, who are you?
Yeah, like, heck, while we're getting mushy and sentimental about time nearing the end of this live stream, like, a year ago, I wasn't even in, like, the general death battle community. It was only, like, when that Kickstarter came to save it that I, got roped into the fan battle cast because I was one of the pitchers, and then through there I was able to get on this show, and just a lot really happened. So I and it's just been great just to be on here, kind of see this, just kind of grow out of nowhere, and I'm just very excited to finally have the stuff we've been working on in the background get to the public, just so that you all can see what we've been working on, just cause,
Yeah.
and hope that you enjoy it just as much as we enjoyed making it.
Yeah, and I'm excited to be working on Versus stuff again after a long break after Smash Bracket ended, and I'm very happy to be working with Levi again, and I'm very thankful that Plymac invited me to this team. So thank you.
Came at
Yes, thank you.
recommendation from Levi, by the way, just so you know.
I think it's crazy for me. Maybe it's just because I'm apparently now a lot younger than maybe I thought I was compared to everyone else. But I've been writing Versus scripts for a good couple of years, and it's kind of like being like I would have loved to work on any Versus show on any capacity, and I've always been writing, at least for the last 2 years, consistently. So to get noticed and picked up, not only for like my writing, but my research, and even given the chance to direct, it's crazy opportunities out here. It's proves that working hard does get you somewhere.
Yeah. And
It's really surreal. I don't know if Air Caves had this with Bracket. It's really surreal to see your script that you wrote get animated for the first time.
Climb, I don't think it that doesn't go away. It doesn't go away for a while.
That's true.
Like, also, my entire journey to the beginning of joining Smash Bracket was a weird and wild one in of itself. That maybe sorry for another cast because I believe we are ending and it's almost time for dinner for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go eat
Yeah.
soon too. Stephanie is literally waiting for me to finish so we can eat. So that's why I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe we'll finish soon.
I mean, this is a really good note to end on, but
Yeah, very.
I
sad
will
things happen
just
to us.
add, like, the first script I wrote, I just saw the first opening bits of the animatic that is being made with it, and it's like already surreal. So I can't imagine how it will feel once I see it, like with the full sprites and animation and everything like that.
Oh, I can't wait.
Oh, don't worry. It just that feeling only grows as more and more of it gets animated, and when it's actually released, it's very the. I kind of I it felt like I lost a week because I was kind of in disbelief.
No, that's what happened with Car X. Not gonna lie. When that I put it as a live premiere because I wanted to see people's reactions, and I didn't realize how nervous I would be to see people's reactions. Like, me and Stephanie had it up on the TV. No, it was on my phone at the time because I have the phone that like flips up. So we were watching on that, and I just remember the whole time I'm like shaking a little bit. I'm like, are people gonna hate this or are people gonna like this? But people ended up liking it, and that's good.
Yeah.
I hope you like the next one because I think I did better with it. Personally.
Always improving.
Yeah.
Correct. See,
It'd
I
be funny
take,
if you guys.
I take the feedback
sorry.
shit seriously. I think people don't understand that just because I don't reply to every comment I get on the video is that I'm not listening, because I've seen that on some other servers where it's like, oh, he only agrees with people who like him. I'm like, no, I read, and I've shared you guys' opinions before that I've agreed with about like ways I can improve. So like, I don't know. Hopefully every episode is a little better than the last.
Also, like, in terms of like feedback stuff, just from like working with you and stuff, you're open to like us giving you feedback as well, because I know like the first episode, a lot of us had feedback, and you took it on board instantly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And
I want to know where I made mistakes. One of the things that I like about myself personally is that I don't take things personally. And so if somebody doesn't like something I made, it's not like an attack to me. It's more like, okay, that's a legitimate criticism. But also, you got to know what to listen to and what to not listen to. Like
Yes.
somebody commented that I was a biased R word and that I should KYS, and that was one that I don't think was constructive. I'm sure someone could find constructive criticism in that, but I read that and I was like, wow.
I can't
That-
imagine
ow.
why.
I was like, wow, I don't even know if they watched it. That's the best comment. I don't know if they even interacted with the...
But yeah.
All right.
But yeah,
Well,
we
think
should go
I'm going
eat.
to sign off.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this.
All right.
But it was a pleasure being on a cast, and having a chance to talk with everyone.
You too.
Oh yeah. Great celebration of the year's worth of content, and hopefully 3 cheers for many more years to come, my friends.
Agreed. Here's to 2026 being a better year than this, and we only improve from here.
I'll drink to that.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna tip off. That's a great way to end. I'll see you.